Imagine a single glance, a fleeting choice among petals, unlocking the hidden chambers of your mind. What if the flower that catches your eye isn't just a bloom, but a reflection of your deepest self, your unspoken fears, your quiet strengths, the echoes of your soul that even you might not recognize? Carl Jung believed symbols like these whispered truths from the unconscious, bypassing words and logic to reveal who we truly are. Not the mask you wear for the world, but the raw, untamed essence beneath. Today, we dive into 4 ancient symbols: the resilient Edelweiss, the transformative Lotus, the radiant sunflower, and the enduring Cactus. No right or wrong answers here, just a mirror held up to your inner world. Which one draws you in? Pause, feel it, and let's uncover what it says about the real you. Are you ready to see beyond the surface? In a world obsessed with labels and quick fixes, this isn't your average personality quiz. It's inspired by Carl Jung's profound insights into the psyche, where archetypes and symbols act as gateways to the self. Jung taught that our choices aren't random. They're guided by the unconscious, pulling us toward what resonates with our hidden truths. Flowers, in particular, have been symbols across cultures for centuries, representing growth, fragility, resilience, and renewal. They don't judge. They simply exist, much like the parts of us we've buried or ignored. Picture this: 4 flowers before you. The Edelweiss perched on alpine heights, the lotus emerging from murky depths, the sunflower turning boldly to the light, the cactus thriving in arid wastelands. Your task is simple: choose the one that speaks to you, not with words, but with that inexplicable pull in your chest. Maybe it's the color, the shape, or a memory it evokes. Trust that instinct. It's your unconscious at work. Let's begin with the Edelweiss. This flower doesn't flourish in easy soil. It clings to rocky cliffs in the Swiss Alps, defying harsh winds and thin air. To be drawn to the Edelweiss means your soul echoes the archetype of the independent seeker, the one who values solitude as a sanctuary, not a sentence. You're likely someone who thrives in introspection, finding clarity in quiet moments away from the crowd. Crowds drain you. Small talk feels superficial. Instead, you seek depth, perhaps through reading, hiking alone, or contemplating life's big questions. Jung would say this choice reflects the wise hermit within, an archetype drawn from myths of sages on mountaintops. Your strength lies in you've learned to navigate life's storms without needing constant validation. But this independence is unborn from arrogance. It's often forged in experiences where relying on others led to disappointment. Maybe early in life, you felt out of place, like an outsider observing the world rather than fully participating. This flower symbolizes your ability to rise above chaos, gaining perspective from a higher vantage. Yet, every archetype has its shadow, as Jung emphasized. For the Edelweiss soul, solitude can morph into isolation. You might build emotional walls so high that meaningful connections become rare. Vulnerability feels risky. Why descend from your mountain when the valley seems full of pitfalls? This can lead to a quiet loneliness, where you long for understanding but hesitate to reach out. The wound here is often one of disconnection, perhaps from a childhood where your uniqueness wasn't celebrated, or relationships that demanded conformity. Healing for the Edelweiss comes through balance. Jung's concept of individuation, becoming whole, involves integrating opposites. So, embrace your heights, but practice descending. Share your insights with trusted friends. Join a group that aligns with your values. Remember, the Edelweiss's rarity makes it precious. Your depth is a gift to others when shared. If this flower resonates, reflect on times when solitude served you well, and when it held you back. It's a call to honor your inner sage, while opening to the warmth below. Shifting now to how this ties into broader Jungian ideas. Jung saw the psyche as a landscape of archetypes, universal patterns inherited from the collective unconscious. Flowers like these tap into that, evoking personal and cultural symbols. The Edelweiss, for instance, appears in folklore as a token of devotion, given only after great effort. If you chose it, you might embody that. Loyal, but only to those who've earned it, through proving their worth. In practical terms, Edelweiss types often excel in careers requiring focus and independence, like writers, researchers, or artists. You think deeply, analyzing before acting, which makes you a natural problem solver. But beware the trap of Jung warned that ignoring the anima or animasta, inner feminine or masculine, can lead to imbalance. For you, that might mean softening your edges, allowing emotion to complement intellect. As we explore further, consider how your choice interacts with daily life. Do you find peace in nature's extremes, like mountaintops or starry nights? That's the Edelweiss energy calling you to recharge. Yet, life demands connection. Even Jung, the introverted thinker, valued relationships for growth. So, if this is your flower, celebrate your resilience, but challenge yourself to bridge gaps. The world needs your elevated view, don't keep it all to yourself. Word count so far builds toward our deeper dive. We've set the stage with the Edelweiss, but remember, this is just the beginning. Each flower holds layers, and your choice might surprise you with its revelations. Stay tuned as we unfold the lotus next, a symbol of profound transformation. Now, let's immerse in the lotus. Unlike the lofty the lotus roots itself in mud, pushing through stagnant waters to bloom pristine and untouched above the surface. If this flower captivates you, you realigned with the archetype of the resilient transformer, the soul that has endured darkness and emerged with grace. Jung grew from Eastern philosophies here, seeing the lotus as a mandala of wholeness, representing the journey from unconscious chaos to enlightened self. You're probably someone who's faced adversity head-on, loss, trauma, or inner turmoil that could have broken others. Yet, you rise, not bitter, but wiser and more compassionate. This choice speaks to a deep empathy. You understand suffering because you've lived it, making you a natural healer or confidant. Friends turn to you for advice, drawn to your calm amid storms. In Jungian terms, the lotus embodies the alchemist archetype, turning base experiences into gold. Your strength is adaptability. You don't avoid pain, you transmute it. Perhaps you've overcome addiction, heartbreak, or identity crises, emerging with a spiritual depth. Cultures like ancient Egypt and Buddhism revere the lotus for purity amid impurity, mirroring your ability to maintain integrity in tough environments. But shadows lurk. The lotus soul can become too immersed in others' mud, neglecting self-care. You might over-empathize, absorbing pain until you're drained. Jung called this the danger of the persona, wearing a mask of serenity while inner waters churn. The wound often stems from early devaluation, feeling unseen or unworthy, leading you to prove your value through service. Healing involves boundaries. Individuation requires recognizing that your light doesn't dim by saying no. Practice self-compassion. Meditate on the lotus's cycle-rooted, yet free. If teases you, your path is one of ongoing rebirth, inspiring others to see potential in their depths. Transitioning to the sunflower, this vibrant bloom stands tall, heliotropically. Following the sun's path, choosing it reveals the archetype of the optimistic pioneer, the heart that chases light, embodying vitality and leadership. Jung associated such symbols with the hero journey, where one confronts shadows to bring enlightenment. You're likely charismatic, motivating others with your enthusiasm. Life's knocks haven't dimmed your fire. Instead, they fuel it. You see possibilities where others see obstacles, making you a natural innovator or a team leader. In mythology, sunflowers linked to Apollo, god of light and truth, reflecting your honest, uplifting nature. Yet, the shadows burn out. Constant shining can mask exhaustion. You might fear darkness, pushing through fatigue to avoid vulnerability. Jung's anima integration is key, her embracing the softer, receptive side. The wound, often abandonment or neglect, teaching you to self-soothe by being the light for others. To heal, allow rest. The sunflower doesn't follow the sun at night. It resets. Honor cycles. Celebrate wins, but permit downtime. Your energy is contagious, nurture it. As we connect these, notice how archetypes overlap. An Edelweiss might envy the sunflower's warmth, while a lotus admires its boldness. Jung emphasized the collective unconscious unites us. Your choice highlights dominant traits, but all reside within. In everyday application, sunflower souls thrive in dynamic fields like teaching or entrepreneurship. You inspire change. But remember Jung's warning: unchecked heroism leads to inflation. Ground yourself. Seek balance. We've covered 3 flowers now, each unveiling layers of the self. The cactus awaits, promising insights into endurance and hidden depths. Enter the cactus, a survivor in desolate landscapes, storing water within to endure droughts. If this draws you, you're the archetype of the steadfast guardianda soul that's learned self-sufficiency through trials, protecting a tender core with resilient exteriors. Jung would link this to the warrior or outcast, symbols of those forged in isolation. Drawing from desert myths where cacti represent hidden life, you're practical, reliable, and unflinching in hardship. No frills needed. You value authenticity over appearances. People admire your toughness, but few see the sensitivity beneath poetry in your quiet observations, loyalty in your bonds. This flower symbolizes his endurance. You've weathered betrayals or scarcities. Emerging culturally, cacti evoke the American Southwest's spirit of independence, aligning with Jung's idea of personas adapted to environments. Your strength is quiet power, not seeking spotlight, but thriving where others falter. Shadows emerge in rigidity. Thorns can isolate. You might push away help, fearing dependency. Jung termed this the persona trap, armoring against vulnerability. The wound, rejection, or harsh judgments, leading to guardedness. Healing means softening selectively. Individuation involves dropping defenses for true intimacy. Visualize the cactus blooming rarely, but beautifully reserve openness for worthy souls. Your path teaches that strength includes tenderness. Now, deepen the reflection. What if your choice hides more? Jung said the unconscious often signals through aversion. The flower you rejected might hold your shadow, the disowned self. If you shunned the lotus, perhaps you fear emotional depths. Avoiding the sunflower might indicate suppressed joy. This test isn't static. It's a dialogue with the psyche. Revisit. Did logia or feeling guide you? Jung's synchronicity suggests meaningful coincidences. Your pick aligns with current needs. Exploring wounds. Each flower ties to core pains. Edelweiss, alienation from misunderstanding. Lotus, invalidation of sensitivity. Sunflower, loss of security. Cactus, betrayal of trust. These aren't flaws, they're initiations, as Jung viewed them, catalysts for growth. Integration is key. You're not one archetype, you're a mosaic. A cactus might cultivate lotus empathy. An Edelweiss borrows sunflower warmth. Jung's mandala symbolizes this wholeness, circles encompassing opposite. In practice, apply this journal on your flowers, traits versus shadows. Notice patterns in relationships. Do you attract compliments or mirrors? This fosters self-awareness, reducing projections Jung warned about. As we near conclusion, remember, this reveals potentials, not limits. Your flower guides inward, toward authenticity. Bringing it full circle, integration transforms insight into wisdom. Jung's individuation isn't erasing parts, it's harmonizing them. Imagine your psyche as a garden. Edelweiss on hills for perspective, lotus in ponds for depth, sunflower in fields for energy, cactus in sands for resilience. Nurture all, deny one, an imbalance follows. If your choice was Edelweiss, integrate lotus fluidity, allow emotions to flow. For lotus souls, adopt cactus boundaries to prevent depletion. Sunflowers, embrace Edelweiss solitude for recharge. Cacti, channel. Sunflower, openness for connection. This wholeness alleviates inner conflict. Anxiety often stems from split selves performing one archetype while suppressing others. Jung taught embracing the shadow leads to liberation. Welcome to sown flowers, and peace ensue. Healing paths. For wounds, use active imagination. A Jung technique Visualize dialoguing with your flower. What does it need? This uncovers unconscious messages. In daily life, apply archetypes. Situationally, sunflower energy. For challenges, Lotus for empathy. Edelweiss for decisions. Cactus for perseverance. This flexibility fosters resilience. Culturally, flowers transcend. Edelweiss in European lore for purity. Lotus in Asia for enlightenment. Sunflower in Native American traditions for provision. Cactus in Mexican symbolism for tenacity. Jung's collective unconscious explains their universal pull. Reflect. Your initial choice might shift over time, mirroring growth. Revisit this test seasonally. It's a compass for the souls. Ultimately, this isn't about categorization, it's awakening. Jung believed true self emerges through symbols, bypassing ego. Your flower isn't a label, it's a key to unlocked potentials. Close your eyes. Feel the garden within. Water it with self-kindness. Prune with awareness. You're not choosing a flower. It's choosing you, reminding you of inherent wholeness. In this journey, we've peeled layers, from hook to revelation. Carry this. You are vast, multifaceted, eternally blooming. Which flower calls now? Listen, your soul knows.